Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Friday Quickie Techniques and Tips. I'm Dina Rico from the Creativity Cave, and I'm always so happy you're here. I am super excited to show you these beautiful wreath cards that I've been making, and I think you're going to be surprised as to how easy they are and how gorgeous they look. They're really fun to do. I'm using the stamp set Berry Mary from the holiday catalog, and you can see it has all these wonderful individual pieces that I have put together to create these gorgeous wreaths. So let me show you how I got started. First of all, I have just a scrap piece of vellum and my 2.5-inch circle punch. I'm going to go ahead and punch a circle, and this is going to be my my stencil guide. If you've watched any of my videos recently, you've seen I've been using stencils a lot. So let me show you how I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to push these up here, and I have a piece of cardstock, and if you watched my video last week, you learned how to cut cardstock, and I think I did kind of a cool job, you know, because you can cut cardstock like a boss if you watched it. Now, I have this pencil that I'm going to go with is at least as old as I am. And I have no idea where I got it. But what I think is important is that it is a number 3 pencil. So I'm going to take and trace my circle really lightly. And if you can barely see that, but I have a nice little guide for stamping my wreath. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the pieces. This one is kind of curved this way, and I'll bring in my Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm just going to stamp these kind of just barely touching all the way around. And oops, sorry, I'm trying to stamp in the frame, but my head is practically touching my camera. Actually, I film on my phone. If you caught me last week, my gosh, I kept getting phone calls while I was filming, and that was getting frustrating. Okay, so as I'm going around here, I'm just trying to stay on that line, but if I'm not exactly on it, that certainly is okay. And then this last one, I'll just kind of fit in the middle. How easy was that? Okay, now to finish this card up, I actually took a little punch. This is the 5-petal or petite petals punch, pardon me. Oh my gosh, if that's not a tongue twister. And I'm going to punch 2 of these. And then in the stamp set, there's this little poinsettia image. So I'm going to stamp that in the center. If you were good, you'd stamp it before you punched it, but I would hate to be too good. Okay, now the other thing I'm going to do to give this a little dimension is I'm going to kind of wiggle each petal between my thumb nails. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. But it just kind of takes my petal and makes it dimensional instead of flat. So I'll do that with the second one. And then I'm going to set them off from one another with a glue dot. And then I'll attach it to my card. Now in the center, you can probably see I put some dazzling details. That is the little glue glitter stuff. So I'm just going to squeeze some of that out. And in my sample, you might find this humorous. I was trying to do 4 little dots because there's 4 little dots in the stamp image. Do you see those 4 dots? Let's just say they all ended up running together. So, oh well. But now let me show you what I am going to do next to kind of finish this up. And that is, pardon my reach, I'm going to stamp May Your Days Be Merry. And that is part of this stamp set in the middle. And isn't that just so pretty? Now what I did to finish this card up is I layered it on another piece of cardstock, and then I popped it up onto my vanilla card. And isn't it just gorgeous? It's so simple and pretty. And look at that little glimmer. I love it. Now let me show you this other card. You can see a much fuller wreath. Now to achieve that look, it's also quite simple. I'll set that aside and bring in one that I've started. So I drew my circle on here, and then what I did was I stamped the greenery in V shapes, kind of off kilter from one another, so that it would be more full. And there's two sizes of these little bows. There's the bigger ones that I've used, and then there's the smaller ones. And so then with those, I can come back in and add those in a darker color. So I did the first larger set in Pear Pizzazz, and now I'm coming back with Mossy Meadow, and you can see it's already filling out gorgeous. And then I'll do that twice because these are directional, so the inside ones, I'll do the one that's curving inward and go around, and then I will have my nice full wreath. And of course you can see I added some pine cones. All of this is in that stamp set, which is wonderful. And then I layered this one up with a little bit of cardstock. Now let me show you one more thing. I didn't stop there because you know I just never do. Let me show you some other things I've made. Same concept, same stamp set right here. Look at this beautiful simple card. I added some bling and I just stuck with the ivory poinsettia. Then I took my Endless Thanks stamp set, and I love the images in that set, and I made this card. And then I wanted a more full wreath, so I did the same concept as this one, and I just stamped some more of the greenery. Here's another wreath I did. This time I added some little flowery star type shape things, whatever you want to call those, and this is Soft Sky. Then I got out my leaves from the set, the one, something about a branch, Among the Branches. And then finally, I thought, ooh, I could do a smaller circle. So I took my circle punch, and this is the snowflake from the same stamp set. And I did the snowflake, and then I used my star confetti border punch and punched all these little stars and glued them on. How beautiful is this? So I will have all the details, all the pictures on my blog. Thank you so much. If you loved this video, do me a favor and share it with your friends. And please help support The Creativity Cave by shopping at my online store at thecreativitycave.com. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day.